So for the second part of section 1, talking about the scientific revolution, you should have just completed the reading and article questions on the blue paper about Galileo and kind of his conflict with the Catholic Church. So now we're just going to kind of briefly review what happened with that incident. So I'm going to give you kind of the shorthand version of what you just read. So the first thing that we want to say is that when scientists like Galileo presented their ideas of a heliocentric universe, and heliocentric is HELIOCENTRIC, a heliocentric universe, it threatened the Catholic Church's beliefs. It threatened the Catholic Church's beliefs, semicolon. Then we want to say the Church relied on the geocentric universe, on the geocentric, GEOCENTRIC, the geocentric universe, from their interpretation of the Holy Scriptures. Their interpretation of the Holy Scriptures, SCRIPTURES, semicolon. So basically, when Galileo and other scientists like him were starting to present kind of this new universe idea, it very much was threatening to the Catholic Church because the Catholic Church was supportive of that geocentric universe, which is something that they believed was supported by Holy Scripture, books of the Bible. And so when we have individuals like these scientists like Galileo basically saying, no, 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 that's not true, the church got very fearful because they were afraid that if, let's say, they agreed with the heliocentric universe, then in turn, it might make their followers start to question other beliefs or teachings of the church, and that the people would kind of question the reliability of the church. So that was kind of their fear, is could this spiral into people questioning the church about this or that, kind of similar to what Martin Luther did with questioning practices like the selling of indulgences and things like that. So they were afraid that this would open Pandora's box to a lot of people challenging the church in that time, and they didn't want that. So after your semicolon, we want to write, if science threatened their teachings, it made followers question the reliability, RELIABILITY, the reliability of the church. Question the reliability of the church. So the Catholic Church was very fearful of science kind of attacking their beliefs and what they were teaching their followers. So they naturally are going to retaliate to this. So we want to say for our second bullet, due to this threat by scientists like Galileo, the Catholic Church threatened these individuals to give up their ideas. Or face charges of heresy, and heresy is up on the screen for you, or face charges of heresy. And if you remember, we talked about heresy before with Joan of Arc, with Martin Luther. Heresy, and you might want to write this in parentheses if you won't remember it, is the idea of spreading lies about religion. Spreading lies about religion. So basically, they charged Galileo with spreading lies, and which was this belief of the heliocentric universe, even though we know today that to be true. And they, as you remember from the story, more or less charge him with this and make him get rid of all of his teachings and books and things like that. So, and that was a common way that they would attack people that went against their beliefs. So then the last thing is we just want to kind of summarize that. We want to say the Catholic Church used this tactic to silence proponents of ideas. Proponents is Proponents, silence proponents of ideas that went against their religious ideas, comma, and this has since caused divisions, between religious and scientific institutions. And this has since caused divisions between religious and scientific institutions. So even in more modern times, we see conflict between religious groups and scientific groups, arguing about, all kinds of different things. One of the more common arguments is kind of the existence of humanity and how we were created. There's religious institutions that very much strongly support what's called creationism, or intelligent design, the idea that we were created by a higher power, or kind of the Big Bang, or things like that. And then there's also scientific institutions that present kind of ideas like the theory of evolution. So there's a lot of, even today, still conflicts between these different sides on topics like that. So we can see how this kind of even relates to more modern times, like today. So that is section 1. So now what you should do is go and take your notes, show them to myself. I'll sign off on those, and I'll have you complete your section 1 quiz. And then when you're done with that, sign off, and you'll be done with the first part of this unit.